Hello, everybody. It's me on the move again. Sorry I was not here yesterday. I've been sick all week. I had this awful head cold and finally feeling better and finally sounding a little bit like myself. So that's good. I'm walking home from had a little date with my hubby this morning. He doesn't have to be at work until after lunchtime, and one way for us to have, instead of date nights, we'll do like a date morning during the week because A, we don't have to pay for a babysitter because the kids are in school, and B, because he works late and it's hard for us to do date nights, especially when the kids are around and they want to be with their father on the weekends and hang out with the family and all that kind of stuff. So we try to do like once a week or once every other week, like a little morning date, have a little brunch, and then he goes to work and I go to work too. So that's why I'm late this morning. I'm usually on at 10:30. Now I'm here. Sorry, had to block somebody. So yesterday was an interesting day because I want to know, here's what I want to know. Do you implicitly trust your children all the time? And I feel like it's an important question because, you know, our kids go through phases, and as they mature, you teach them to be, hi Jackie, walking home, trying to get some stuff done. So I figured I'd get this done. But I was just saying that I think trust is something we have to talk about today because I came up yesterday for me with Wyatt. And, here's the thing. When you are doing your best to try to raise your kids to be honest and trustworthy and to be able to talk to you about anything, you kind of have to put it all out there. And, a question came up the other day and I needed to ask him about it. And regardless of the outcome, I needed to make him, regardless of what his answer was going to be, I needed to make sure he knew how important it was that he was telling the truth and that I could trust him. And, when the scenario came up, I immediately was like, I already know what his answer is going to be because I feel like I know my kid. And, I sat on it for a little while and made myself all anxious and crazy and posed the question to him finally yesterday afternoon after calling a girlfriend of mine and asking her, what would you do if one of your kids was in the same situation, kind of thing. And it doesn't matter what the situation was, and I'm not going to go into it, but this is just a general, trusting your kid conversation. And I talked to Will about it, and sorry about the truck that's going by right now. Has no muffler, or one that needs to be fixed. Talked to Will about it, and he was like, yeah, I think we just need to, ask him. And then trust that he's giving us the right answer, or trust that he's giving us the truth. And so yesterday when I sat him down and said, okay, here's the deal. This came up, this situation, this conversation came up, and I want to educate you on it, but I also need your input, and I need to know what your answer is to this question. And it was the answer that I expected. So I wasn't surprised by it. And it kind of, it calmed my anxiety because for a minute I thought, oh my God, maybe I really don't know my kid, which led me to, all kinds of crazy scenarios happening in my head, because then it's like, well, do we really know the people that we say that we know? Like, you think that you're your relationship is solid, and then all of a sudden you find something out. Or you think your friendship is in a good place, and then you find out someone's been talking about you, or whatever it is. I'm just making up things. But when it's your kid, and it's somebody that you have been trying to instill value in for the amount of time that they've been on this earth, and you've been trying to explain to them the importance of trust and compassion and truth and all that stuff, when a question comes up that has to be answered and you're not sure how they're going to answer, it's kind of eye-opening. And it kind of makes you more aware of, the fact that they do have their own minds, they do have their own brains, they do have their own ideas, and that's all fine and good, and they should all be nurtured. But really instilling basic values of trust and truth and, kindness and compassion and all that stuff like I talked about the other day that I do every single day with them. Obviously, you want that to shine through. So he answered the question the way I knew that he was going to answer it, which gave me less anxiety. Except now I have to have a conversation with, the person who brought the question up to me. And the answer is not going to be consistent with the story that I got. So that was another reason for our date this morning. It was like, how am I going to handle this? Like, I have to talk about it. I don't know how the reaction is going to be, but I know that I have to stand beside my child and trust that he told me the truth, and trust that he knows what he is doing and what if he wasn't telling me the truth. First of all, I started the conversation with, if you don't tell me the truth, you're not telling me the truth will be way worse than anything. The ramifications for you lying will be way worse than anything that you've ever experienced in your life. So let's just put that out there. So I feel like, and he knows that I don't play when it comes to discipline with my children. It's like, I do what I say I'm going to do. So he knows that because he's been on the receiving end of that before. If I say I'm going to take something away and you don't do what I'm asking you to do, then it's going. And that's happened. So I feel like he knows. And he's smart to that. So my point is, now I have to stand behind his answer. And, and then it's like, I'm not calling anybody a liar in this situation because that's not what it is. But it's two very different answers. And it might be a sticky conversation. And it's going to probably be uncomfortable. And it's something that I have to gear myself up for. So that was really my question. I'm posing my question out there to the Periscope universe. Do you always implicitly trust your children? And when do you not? And I feel like I always do, because I know how I'm raising them. And until they prove me wrong, I always will. So, I don't know, that's my 2 cents for today. I am feeling much better, oh, by the way. The cold is going away. I actually got some sleep last night. And I am so excited because at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I am going to be recording a podcast as a guest for some guys, Stevie B. Some guys listening to Stevie B, and it's bringing me back to 1986. This guy right here. You hear it? Okay. So now I feel like it's 1986 and I'm in the club and I'm in high school. So yes, right? Stevie B, spring love. Spring love, my friend. That's what it is. Except it's fall. Happy fall, y'all. Except it's 100 degrees in New York City and I'm sweating my ass off, so it doesn't feel like fall. What else? What else do I have to tell you? Oh, so I'm recording this podcast. You love me even more that I love Stevie B, or that I am old? Which? Because I just totally gave up my age. Recording a podcast this afternoon. I'm so excited. We're talking about communicating with your teenagers. And I will let you know when it is available. I think it's going to be available sometime in October. So I'm super excited about that. Got a guest spot on that podcast. And that's it. I'm home. I'm going up the stairs. And I'm going to get a few things done before that. And work on a few things. So I can bring you guys some more. Welcome to my entrance hall. Some more goodness next week. So have an awesome weekend, everybody. And I will talk to you maybe over the weekend from the soccer field, maybe, or on Monday. Thanks for an awesome week this week. Thanks for an awesome challenge this week. Thanks for the new Why Am I Yelling Facebook group member influx. We did an invitation the other day, and we got a bunch of new members. I'm so excited. Closer to 600. And that's it. So we will see you guys in the next couple of days. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.